Khalid Hussan, CEO of the Tadawul. Welcome to Bloomberg, sir. A big moment for you and MSCI. This is the market, I would say, coming of age.
Thank you very much. Of course, we have been working very hard to open up the Saudi capital market to foreign investors. And based on that, we have worked also hard to make sure that our platform is an attractive platform for them. So as a demand of institutional investors, both local and internationals, we have progressed on launching the derivatives market, index futures to be traded in the first half of 2019, complemented with the traded index that we have signed with MSCI.
Saudi Arabia is in a hurry, and so too is the Tadawul. How much will this bolster business by? What's the ambition in terms of volume?
Well, we think and we believe we have lost lots in the previous years. We want to make sure that we are competing enough regionally and internationally. We're the largest exchange in the Middle East. We're the largest economy as well. So we think we have the infrastructure and the platform to attract foreign investors for that. So we anticipate if the volume to pick up for that such market, this is the right place for it.
The institutional demand, where is that coming from? Where in the world is that biggest demand showing itself?
So if you look at the current QFI participation, swaps participation in the Saudi market, mostly it's coming from the US and UK through emerging market funds, and we hope that will grow further across the rest of the world, capturing the rest of Europe, Asia as well.
Emerging markets have been under pressure, to say the least. They are the eye of the news storm. Have you felt an impact here in the Tadawul as a result of the right in EM?
Well, actually, we see this as an opportunity. The performance of the of Tadawul as an emerging market is very positive. The TASI index has grown over 10% since the beginning of the year. All signs of institutional, local participation in the market. So we believe that we're standing out from that pressure and we're taking an opportunity out of that.
Can I just turn that around? Because you're going for index inclusion next year.
Yes.
So you could be opening yourself up to risk.
Well, we don't view it this way. If we have the right setup, if we have the right products offering, we would be just fine from that perspective.
Now look, you've got to get the volumes up there. This has got to work. This has got to fly. Abu Dhabi tried to do this with futures. Dubai tried to do this with futures. They found it really hard. How are you going to incentivize the institutions to utilize the products when they come?
Well, we think we have multiple advantages over other regional exchanges. One, these derivatives that has been announced in the region are Saudi-based derivatives. So we're in a much better position to trade derivatives on Saudi security that are traded in our market. One, we believe also the process of clearing derivatives in the Saudi market is following international best practices. By running this by clearing house, a full CCP that execute that risk management for institutional investors. You know, contracts are heavily based on risks, and if you do the back office right, we believe we provide this a competitive advantage.
It is often all about the back office and understanding the risk management system.
Sure.
What's the ambition for Tadawul? Is it futures and individual shares? Is it other derivatives in sight 2019?
So the first phase now, in first half of 2019, index futures. And by 2020, we're launching single stock futures, single stock options, and index options as well.
Now, can I just ask you, the big news though is around either the temporary shelving of Aramco or it's not going to happen. What's the impact on sentiment in the market if the Aramco IPO is delayed?
Well, we as an exchange, we continue to proceed in our plans, and today's announcement is just a reflection of that. Aramco will be an addition to our exchange. What we believe as one of the largest emerging markets in the world, one of the top 25 exchanges in the world, we have the right environment for success, and will continue to develop our market. Aramco will be an addition to what we have.
Are you still hopeful Aramco will come to the market?
I'm certain Aramco will join the market.
You're certain they'll join the market? How certain are you? 2019, 2020? What do you think?
Well, the decision has been made to take the company public, and the government have announced several times they're just looking at the proper time for listing Aramco. And if you look at any single issuer in the world, including small, medium, large issuers, this is the moment where a decision is taken. What is the right time for this company to go public? And I think Aramco is no difference on that.
Help me with this just a little bit more, because part of what we wrote at Bloomberg was maybe there was a bit of fear around regulation and disclosure. Is that topping your agenda at Tadawul in terms of better governance, better disclosure?
Of course. If you look at last year, CMA have announced the corporate governance rules that is applied to all Saudi corporates listed in the market. Aramco will be part of that. I don't think the disclosure is a concern of any issuers when they decide to go public, and actually it would help them rather than be a challenge on them.
If Aramco is delayed, put on the back burner for the moment, does that open the pathway for other IPOs? Do you think if there's a delay in Aramco, it actually allows others to maybe come to the market in the meantime? How's your pipeline?
Well, the pipeline is very healthy in all ends, main markets. We had our, we will be listing a new company next week. The pipeline on the equity, NMO, and REITs are very promising.
Could you give me billions of figures on that? The pipeline looks like.
We like to look at this when it's in the market. But if you look at the several initiatives around pipeline, privatization, our initiatives to attract foreign companies to list, GCC companies, we have been very active in GCC countries to attract GCC corporates to list in the market. So that will open several channels of IPOs to the market, because we believe in fundamentals of if you are included in emerging market indices where the capitals that are going to be flowing into the market next year, you have to increase the capacity of the offering. So you have to make sure there are enough companies coming to the market to balance that capacity. And this is what we're doing.
Khalid, thank you so much for joining me today on Bloomberg. Khalid
Al
Hussan, CEO of Tadawul.